All right then, ladies and gentlemen, so we're here with Vic. Now, obviously, if you don't know me, I'm Super Saiyan TCG, the YouTube channel, do everything Dragon Ball. So Vic, for me, you are an absolute legend with Broly.
Oh man, thank you.
Absolute legend. So my first question for you is, what was it like to voice Broly, and does it hurt? All that screaming as well, how does that hurt the vocal cords?
Well, the easy answer is yes, right? How many of you have ever gotten in an argument with somebody and you're just yelling and you yell, and then you almost get lightheaded because you're I'm married, mate, right? That's just what it's like. I mean, you're screaming and yelling and screaming, and then it's really easy to kind of just get a little lightheaded. When I did the first Broly movie, I had no idea what I was in for. I hadn't done Dragon Ball. I'd done about 20 or 30 different animated series at that point. And they asked me if I wanted to play a character in Dragon Ball, and I said, sure. What's Dragon Ball? Because I didn't even know. But they told me about Broly, and I said, sure, okay, it'll be fun. So I went up there, and it was movie 8. It was the very first Broly movie.
Whoa, that's right.
And we started at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. And by noon, I was already gone. I was like, kill me. I mean, it was because I didn't know what to expect. I just went in there full on. I was totally ripping it. I mean, yelling as hard as I could. And quite honestly, now that I think about this, there's an engineer, right? In the control room, he's controlling the mic level. Well, if you yell really loud, any of you ever do any recording, it goes, right? And it distorts the microphone. So here I am doing these Broly lines, and I'm screaming so loud that the engineer's like, oh, we got to do it again.
Oh, no.
You pinned the mic, bro. It overloaded. Okay, let's go again. So I probably the first Broly movie really killed me. I got about halfway through, and then I had to go home because my voice was gone. So I went home back to Houston. I was living in Houston, and Dragon Ball was being recorded in Dallas. So I went up to Dallas to record. They sent me home because I was of no good after about noon, and I spent the whole week being quiet, drinking water, and then a week later went back to Dallas to finish the first Broly movie. And then, movie 10, he comes back, and I was like, oh no. But I had a better idea of what I was getting into, right? And then movie 11. And by 11, he's just like a pile of jello, right? He's like pudding. Bio Broly. He doesn't even talk. He's just... But when I was done, I thought, finally, he's dead. Finally, I got through it just barely, right? No, there's all the video games. And they never end, right? So for 20 some years, almost 25, I've been playing Broly, and we came up with a formula in the video games so that I wouldn't blow my voice out. We would record Broly for about 10 minutes, and then we'd take a 5-minute break. 10 minutes, 5-minute break. So it's like working out, right? You lift, you do a certain number of reps, and then you sit the weight down and you rest for a minute, right? If you do too many weights, you pull a muscle, and then you're no good for weeks, right? Your voice is the same way. So we started approaching it that way, and I didn't lose my voice and, blow it out and be of no use. And we would get through the recording sessions very quickly, too.
You got any questions, Richard?
No. Carry on. So I
How
think
did you actually get the role of Broly? Like, did you have to audition? Did they approach you?
No, they actually approached me. I was working with a company in Houston called ADV Films, and I had done, wow, I don't know, like I said, maybe 20 or 30 anime series by that time. Let me see if you recognize some of these titles. Street Fighter 2.
Oh, yeah.
Vega.
Neon Genesis Evangelion. Full Metal Panic. Sayuki. Excel Saga. Like, I was working on Generator Gall. I was working on shows just in Houston. And then I got invited to an anime convention. I didn't even know they had anime conventions. I knew nothing about it. In fact, what's funny is when I was a little kid, I loved Speed Racer. But I didn't know Speed Racer was anime. I just thought it was cool, right? So imagine my surprise when I start voicing anime and I realized that Speed Racer, this show that I loved when I was a kid, was anime. So when I found out there were anime conventions, they invited me to come and be a guest at an anime convention. And of course, I used to go to Star Trek conventions when I was a little boy, but I didn't know they had anime conventions. So I went to an anime convention, and over the series of going to anime conventions, I started meeting people from other studios, like Funimation. And they were in Dallas, like I mentioned. I was in Houston. And I met some people from there at a convention. And then after the weekend was over, somebody called me from Funimation and said, "Hey, man, we met you this past weekend at such and such a convention." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, hey." And they said, "Do you want to come up and do a character in Yu Yu Hakusho?" I was like, "You what?" "Sure." Whatever. I enjoyed the work. So even if I wasn't familiar with the show, I enjoyed voice acting. So I went up there and I did Yu Yu Hakusho, and I may have done one other thing. And then they called me and said, "Hey, can you do like a low, dark, angry kind of a character?" And I was like, I think so. I mean, I don't typically sound that way, but I can try it. And so I tried it on the phone. It was literally on the phone. And, they said, "Say Kakarot." Kakarot. I'm like, "Yeah, that'll do. That's fine." And so that's how I ended up playing Broly. It was just that simple. A lot of the people... Registration. Why does that sound like a Dalek?
I am very sorry about that, Vic.
No, that's awesome. It's kind of cool. A Dalek speaker. I'll let you in on a little secret that maybe a lot of voice actors won't tell you.
Oh.
But back then, they didn't have a lot of voice actors, and they were trying to save money. So anybody that they could get, they're like, "Here, do this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy." I mean, that's why a lot of the actors in Dragon Ball early on, like some of the ones you know best, did several characters. It was because they were trying new things. It wasn't a very big, huge industry. Anime was nowhere near what it is now. Studios were not big, fancy, high quality studios, with all kinds of crazy sculptures around and some big, really high, fancy decoration. No, it was just a little building with some recording equipment. And they were trying to keep the money down, try to keep the costs down. So they get somebody who's got some talent, and they go, "Okay, you know what? Do this guy and change your voice a little bit. Do this guy, change your voice a little bit. Do this guy." You'll probably, if you go back and listen, you'll probably notice that there are several characters that sound similar. Well, there's a reason for that. Because they were trying to just keep it simple. Don't bring in 25 voice actors and, make it bigger than it needs to be. Just have everybody do a few characters. So that's when I came on board with Broly.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So, as you said a minute ago, you're very soft-spoken, Vic. You're a very nice guy, very calm. How do you get into the mind state of a psychopath? How did you do that?
Well, that's where the acting part comes in.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, really, yeah, it's you know, and I'm gonna say this for anybody out there that may be interested in acting, voice acting. The operative word in voice acting is acting. It's not about changing your voice. It's not about sounding like somebody you've heard on television or imitating a character you know. It's about playing a role. It is, at its core, acting. It's just acting in front of a microphone instead of a camera. So almost all of the actors that I know, including me, had a huge background in acting, whether it was stage acting or some on-camera acting, school plays, community productions, church productions, whatever. We were actors first. And then somebody came along and said, hey, you're an actor, aren't you? Yeah, I try to be. Well, you should go and audition for this place. They need actors. That's all I needed to hear, is they needed actors. I didn't ask them how much they paid. I didn't ask them, well, are we going to be famous? No, nobody even thought that. It was just a chance to act. You know, if you like to sing, right? And somebody comes up to you and goes, hey, want to sing something, right? You don't go, well, how much you going to pay me? No, you love singing. So you go, yeah, what do you want me to sing, right?
Yeah.
You like to draw? Somebody goes, oh, could you draw this? You know, I don't know, how much money you got? No, nobody says that because they love what they do. And that's the way it was for me. I never expected anime would ever grow into what it has become. I got into anime just because I loved acting. And somebody gave me an opportunity to play characters that were animated. And to me, it was just another chance to act. So if you're interested in voice acting, get as much experience as an actor that you can. Take any opportunity you can to develop those skills, whether it's playing a soft-spoken little boy, you know, or a nerdy kid, or a homicidal maniac, Super Saiyan. And that's basically it, is channeling acting.
So I've pretty much covered all of my questions, but my final question for you, before we go to the audience, see if anybody wants to ask you any questions, is if there was a character in Dragon Ball that you believe could actually beat Broly.
No.
That's it. Question over.
Well, what about Berta? You did Berta as well.
He did do better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Sorry.
No.
A lot of people didn't know that I also, for Dragon Ball Kai, I played Berta in the Ginyu Force. The fastest in the universe. Yes, Berta. But nobody beats Broly. I'm sorry. Nobody beats
That's
Broly.
it.
I'm sorry. Anytime somebody comes up to me, anytime someone comes up to my autograph table and they're wearing a Dragon Ball shirt with all the characters on it, except Broly, of course, I'm like, hey, that's a nice shirt. You know what all those characters have in common? Broly kicks all their butts. That's what they all have in common.
That was brilliant.
I know I'm partial,
Right.
but
So has anybody in the audience got anything that they would love to ask Vic themselves?
Question.
Go on, brother. That's it. It's your time to shine.
That's the intro again. Sorry, let's see. We did Star Trek Continues.
you guys,
There we go.
he just said Star Trek. Sorry. Now you're stuck with it.
Am I in trouble?
No, you're right.
No, go for it.
Did you ever get any of the opinions of the original actors, or have you ever met any of the original actors?
Well, first of all, thank you for conjuring my childhood love. The short answer is yes. There are several people that were part of the original series who are very familiar with my series. By the way, quick little pause here. if you're wondering why in the world did he just ask about Star Trek? What does anime have to do with Star Trek? Well, some of you may not know that about 10 years ago, I created a web series based on my childhood love, the original series of Star Trek. It was a live action series. We rebuilt the entire soundstage from the original Star Trek series. Perfect, accurate, perfect. And then I cast the show, I crewed the show, I brought in all these great people, and we made 11 full-length episodes where I got to play my childhood hero, Captain Kirk. And we have over 18 million viewers. Check it out online, and lest you think I'm trying to get into your wallet, it's all free. Not trying to get you to subscribe to anything. It's all free. StarTrekContinues.com. It picks up where the original Star Trek series was canceled. And it finishes the 5-year mission that Captain Kirk would talk about in the show. So the short answer is yes, there are several actors that were in the original series that know my show and appreciate what we did. My favorite, of course, William Shatner, who I love dearly. I've had the opportunity and privilege to become friends with him. We had the same booking agent for many years, and he would book us into Comic-Cons. He would book us into convention appearances. So Bill and I would be there together, hanging out, go to dinner, smoke cigars. He had no idea. He had no idea what a big fan I was until somebody started telling him about my show. And I didn't even mention it to him. But I think they appreciate the love. They appreciate the fact that we made this beautiful thing out of tribute and appreciation for what they did. It wasn't to take anything away from them. It certainly wasn't to make any money. We weren't allowed to do that, right? I mean, Star Trek is an owned property, right? It's a license that CBS owns. You can't just make Star Trek and sell Star Trek any more than any of you could make a Dragon Ball cartoon and sell it. You can't. Somebody owns Dragon Ball, right? Same with Star Trek. But I didn't do it for money. I did it for love. So we put all of that out just to say thank you to everyone that worked on the original series of Star Trek. Question? Who's got a question? Yes, sir.
Don't hate me. Can we hear the Kakarot yell?
Oh my God.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, come on,
Here we go.
It had to be done.
I do appreciate you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
I
be the
just
one
want
to
you to know I
ask.
hate both you.
Sorry.
You guys are so funny. You're so funny. I spent 10 minutes telling you how it rips my throat out. You're like, do it. Okay, you know what? I'm going to turn it back on you.
Oh, God.
Come here. I want to hear your best Kakra.
Oh.
Okay.
Not bad. That was not bad.
Not bad. Now, let me give you a little direction,
Go on.
if I may. I'm going to give him what I got, all right? So, that was good. Get a bigger breath. Start lower. Like drop your voice down. Get lower. Start quieter and build stronger.
My voice hurts.
Yeah, you see how you petered out at the end there? Because you ran out of breath, right?
Yeah.
Let's try one more time. You feeling it? You see what I mean? This is my life. This is it. Anytime anybody ever asks me to say it, I always go, Kakarot. I do it nice and quiet because that's easier. It hurts. Look, she's already. I'm glad she got that. I'm glad. You're gonna be able to use that sometime in the future, I think.
Send that to us. We'll post it.
Yeah.
Question. Anybody? Yes, sir. Hey there.
Does this work for me?
Yeah.
Well, even I knew that you were the voice of Berta in Dragon Ball Z Kai. I did my research and I love it.
Thank you.
I am Berta.
Nice.
Yes. I love Berta. He's the coolest. Not to mention the fastest. Okay. Anyway, so Vic, when exactly did your career as a voice actor begin? That's what I want to know.
Thank you. Awesome burger impression, by the way.
Thank you.
The Blue Hurricane.
It's the Blue Hurricane.
I started voice acting around 2000, actually. I thought it was about 25 years until I did the math. And now it's 25 years. I thought it was just 20 at first, but no, I started, and like I mentioned, Street Fighter 2 was the first thing that I ever did, and I figured it was kind of a one-time, random, weird thing you got to do. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I jumped out of an airplane one time, right? Or I sang the national anthem at a ball game one time. I didn't think it would be. Yeah, oh yeah, I've done that a lot, but I never really thought there would be any more of it. I just figured it was a one-time thing I got to do that was fun. And so it started in 2000. And then, as you guys well know, it just started growing and growing and growing. I just can't believe where anime has gone, how big it has become over the years. Question? Yes, my dear?
In your pro voice, could you? Sorry.
It's on its loudest. You have to hold it
Going
right
into
close.
In your pro voice, could you do your favorite crow voice line?
I don't know.
I want you to know that I am really thrilled that there are so many Uncle Crow fans here. I don't know, maybe if Ruby is extra well known in the UK. But where's my friend Tyler? Hello? Tyler emailed me and asked me if I would bring a couple of Crow prints because he liked Crow. He was dressed up as him today. Did you see him? He looked great. I wasn't gonna bring any because right now, I mean, I had to travel all the way over here, and I'm gonna be in Europe for a few weeks, and so I couldn't bring all of my stuff. So I thought, okay, just bring the main stuff, like bring Full Metal and Naruto and Dragon Ball and One Piece and, you know, Bleach and whatever. But I brought just a few Crow headshots for my boy Tyler here. And much to my surprise, throughout today, after he took all of them, and he took one, I bet I had 4 people come up to me and go, "Oh, you don't have any Crow?" I'm like, nobody ever asks me about Crow. I'm sorry that I didn't bring more, but I loved him. I'm trying to think of a good line. Crow was kind of drunk all the time, right? Can you relate? Anybody relate? I think probably my favorite line is, "If you were one of my men, I'd shoot myself." Question. Who's got a question? Yes, the short person in the front row.
This is a Star Trek continuous question.
Excellent.
How did you get the Star Trek continuous cast all together? For example, how did you get them all together to do Star Trek continuous?
How did we get the whole cast for our Star Trek series together? Well, if you watched it, you'll recognize a lot of faces. My voice actor friend Chuck Huber plays Dr. McCoy. My voice actor friend Todd Habercorn plays Mr. Spock. Voice actor friends like Lex Lang, Sandy Fox. They were in one of my episodes. My friend Mela Lee, voice actor. Billy West did a little voice for one of my episodes. And then a lot of the others. And did any of you ever watch Mythbusters?
Yes.
Yes.
Grant Imahara from Mythbusters, God rest his soul. I was doing a big show in Atlanta called Dragon Con, and he was there with me. And we became friends. And then I saw him at a party in LA a few months later. And I'm like, oh, Grant, how are you? And he's like, great, how you doing? What are you up to these days? And I said, well, I'm actually building some sets because I'm going to make a Star Trek series. And he goes, I love Star Trek. When I was a little boy, like Sulu, Lieutenant Sulu, I loved him. And I'm showing him the pictures of the sets we're building. And suddenly a light bulb goes off in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't cast Lieutenant Sulu. So Grant was more than happy to do that. If any of you are big enough fans to know who played Scotty in the original series of Star Trek, his name was Jimmy Doohan. James Doohan. You know who plays Scotty in my show? Chris Doohan, his son.
Wow.
Playing his father's role. So I was able to get a lot. And then there was an anime fan that I met at a convention who was a very talented little actor. He was like 19. And I called him one day and said, hey, can you do a Russian accent? And he did one. And I'm like, oh, that's perfect. And I had him play Chekhov and just put the cast together that way. And they turned out really great. Any other questions?
Vic, do you mind if we do a pack battle? Ask a couple of fans.
Oh, yeah.
I
I did a pack battle earlier and I lost
Really?
spectacularly.
Wow.
Yeah. Your friends came by and they were like, we're the ones that are going to do the pack battle. And I lost. Yes, let's do it.
Yes.
Does anybody have any other questions, though? If you've got a question, I'd love to answer it. Anybody? Any school teachers who lost their voices in here?
There's one there.
Yes, my dear.
Can you sing a little bit of Brothers for us?
Aww.
Just before you.
Can you?
I'm not a good singer, but I'll sing with you.
Okay. Come around here.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, for those of you that know Full Metal Alchemist, there's this beautiful piece of music from the original Full Metal called Brothers. And it was originally in Russian. Kind of funny that we just talked about Russian. And I recorded an English version of it. It's on one of my records, one of the CDs. And this lovely lady came today with a piece of sheet music from Brothers. And she's learning it on the piano, right? What's your name?
Asma.
This is Asma, everybody. So we're gonna sing a little bit of Brothers for you, okay? Ready? You know the words?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, ready? How can I repay you, brother mine? How can I expect you to forgive? Clinging to the past, I shed our blood and shattered your chance to live. Oh my gosh, you're great! That was beautiful.
Can't sing.
Can't sing. Oh. Any other questions?
Right. Who wants to do a pack battle with Vic? Come on, Riley.
Riley
Of
does.
course he does.
Riley.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Come bring yourself around,
Yeah,
Riley.
yeah, come up. Yeah.
Oh, come on now. Here we go.
Anyone else want to do this?
Why not? I'll have a go. That's all right.
All righty.
Absolutely.
Come, I've got packs. Let's go. Come on. Yeah.
How many people can we use? How many people do we have?
We've got. I mean,
However
just
many packs
do
we've
the
got.
box.
What do we have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 19.
19 people. Let's go.
Can I do this?
Get in here!
Come on.
Yes!
Come on, man.
Come out?
Yeah.
Come
Come
on.
on, know as well, Vic. Let me get one. Awesome.
Thank you.
Courtesy
Oh, yeah.
of me and Namekian TCG.
All right, pass those around.
Everyone's on this, look.
Absolutely.
Why? You have a good feeling about yours?
No, you don't like it.
Right. Watch Vic pull the serial number.
I know, do you know what I mean?
He pulls
Serial probably now.
I don't know how much that's worth, Vic.
Oh, really?
Right, let's go. Someone's gonna pull something. That's the whole box now.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
You want
your
the
last
hollows at
card
the back? Yeah, the last
Is
card.
your big card.
And, oh man, I just got a rare. Vic got a rare. Yep, same as me. We got done.
Okay, who's gonna win?
Winning.
SR Gogeta.
SR Gogeta so far is the best.
Oh, I don't know. We've got the Piccolo.
Oh, nice. Let me see this one. Yes, you're drawing at the moment with SRs.
So we're on time. Yeah, go for it, bro. You just gotta open it.
I feel Cell's winning so far, to be fair.
Yeah, it's on, bro. Open one.
Cell, I don't know.
Get in.
Are you gonna come through here at the end?
Nothing at the end. No.
No, not sure.
What's that one?
String, I can't even open.
Yeah.
2 rares. Nope, still the SR Cell is winning.
Oh, SR Cell.
Here's a rare Broly though.
Nice.
Is that a rare Broly?
It is.
I've got an SR, so that's another SR.
SR.
Oh, UI Goku
SR,
SR. I'd say that's topping it now. The UI Goku SR.
Well, there's 2 packs left. So
Oh my gosh.
Vic,
Oh,
Big
2
Vic.
packs left.
you two, Nick and Richie.
Nah, not me.
Battle it out.
Definitely, but yeah.
Oh, God, they gone
You
down.
ain't done one yet. Yes. So there must be something in this. You want to sit here?
If anyone's got nothing, it'll be in them 2 packs.
Got to be
No,
something.
no
Let's
pressure,
go.
Gundam. No pressure.
I feel like we're
with a look.
opening Willy Wonka's chocolate bars here.
That's
Like,
basically what this is.
who's got the golden ticket, right?
Gold freezer.
100%.
Okay.
No,
Go.
definitely in 2 though, isn't it?
Oh, Broly.
Oh, I got a Broly.
Right. So nothing in that one.
Freezer SR.
Freeze up. There must be another hit somewhere.
secret with Stefan.
Of course, yeah, but there should be another hit. Anyone put? No one pull it?
There should still be like a sync height
Yeah,
lead
it should
score.
be.
So there was MK and an SPR went last time.
No one pull it?
I didn't know.
No.
Let me see
No.
that one.
Was that a new pack?
Yeah.
Well, there were only 19 in there,
Yeah.
so there might supposed to have been 20.
No one else pull anything?
Should have been
Right, we're
something
going to
else.
speak to the mech.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go get him.
Did everyone have a good time with Vic?
Yes.
Brilliant.
You guys, thank you so much for coming. I want you to have my Broly card. There you go. Thanks so much, you guys. I'm gonna hit.